The name of that song is titled 60-Year-Old Groove. It is the title track from the new album that just came out on July 1st by my special guest today, John Batdorf. John, welcome to the Friday Afternoon Music Mix.
Great to be back in Bellingham.
It's good to have you here. I received a copy of your brand new album called 60-Year-Old Groove and fell in love with it. I know it came out earlier this month, July 1st.
Yeah.
Your tenor voice is still as sweet as it used to be. You have a very long history in music, your passion since 1967. You've done a lot of solo work. You were with a group called Batdorf and Rodney. You were also with a band that you sang lead for and wrote most of the song called Silver, and then also with a group called Batdorf and McLean. You're on your own now. You did a song that was pretty popular at the time it was written called Wham Bam. Got a second life when it was used on a soundtrack for the film Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. You know, I've always said that all you ever have control over is doing good work. And then you never know. This was like the biggest you never know, because I remember I was back in New York. Someone sent me an email about this movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I didn't even know there was a Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And I thought, why on earth did someone send this to me? So I started reading the story about it and the songs, and I saw, My Sweet Lord and Brandy, all these monster hits from the 70s. And then I saw a Wham Bam Shing Ling by someone. I go, okay, this is one of my idiot friends pulling a prank on me, because there was no way that song's in a major movie. So I didn't really tell anybody. I told my wife, I said, I don't know if this is right. The song might be in a movie or it could be a remake of the song we did. So went back to Bend a couple of days later. It was showing in the movies there. And I said, I'm not telling anybody. Let's just go on our own and just see if this is it. So we're in the theater and the movie was going pretty long. And then finally at the end, it came in and I went, oh my gosh, that's our cut. Then I went on YouTube and saw that it had its individual page, and it got up to 10 million views. And I thought, this is insane. This is really crazy. Actually, when the song was out in 76, I really hated the song. I thought it was so dumb and stupid. But when it appeared in the movie, suddenly I felt more passionate towards that. Maybe it was just my maturity or something. But all of a sudden, it was a pretty cool song. I ended up doing an acoustic version of it because I thought, well, I'm no dummy. 10 million people watch this. So I did an acoustic version of it and play it when I play live. It's fun. I think when you're, it's funny. It was painful at the time, but it became really fantastic. So you never know. You just keep looking straight ahead.
You've also done several songs that have been used in TV shows, film soundtracks. A couple that jumped out is The Promised Land, Touched by an Angel. And I'm sure you've had some others that I haven't mentioned.
Not only that, after Batdorf and Rodney and the music business had changed, and I actually became a studio musician. I sang on records and commercials, and it was a whole new thing. And then I started writing commercials. And then I got this opportunity to try out for a new TV show called Promised Land, which is a spinoff of Touched by an Angel. That was still kind of green. I always thought that melodies is the whole thing. Melodies is the thing that always attracted me to great songs. And then the words, to me, always come later. So I thought, well, I can do this. I mean, you look at a scene and you try to pick an emotion from that scene and then try to create a melody and something that doesn't intrude, but just kind of helps enhance the scene. And I really got into that. I did it for 7 years. Best part about it was you didn't have to write lyrics. It was just orchestration. So it seemed like an easy gig to me, even though it wasn't. It was great. There are all these growing things you think you kind of got down your thing, and the next thing you know, you grow to this other spot. And each time it just makes, I think, your talent more expansive. You understand things differently than you were when you were really young, when you just, raw, I go out there and sing a song. It was all of a sudden I started understanding all this stuff with all the years of orchestration. And I love orchestration. It's just so beautiful.
Let's do a second song from this new album. This particular cut is called Nobody Sees Me.
Nobody sees me, no one even cares. Nobody believes in me, it's like I'm just not there. Can't even get cancelled, 'cause I've never been heard. Nobody is listening to a single word. to a single word. But if they took the time to see me, but if they found the part of me that they don't know, no, 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 no. If they heard me for a second, they'd be screaming for the next one at my show. But nobody shows, nobody feels me, no one even tries. When my heart is aching, no one ever cries. No one ever cries. But if they took the time to feel me, if they found the part of me that they don't know, no, 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 no. If they heard me for a second, they'd be screaming for the next one at my show. But nobody shows. So why do I keep trying, keep putting all my heart and soul out there if no one cares? What makes me keep on writing and feel each song is answering some sad, desperate prayer? Nobody sees me, no one even cares. Nobody believes in me, it's like I'm just not there. Can't even get cancelled, 'cause I've never been heard. Nobody is listening to a single word, to a single word. But no matter the reaction, no matter if I don't get any views, no, 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 no. If nobody else believes in me, I think that it's time that I just spread the news. Nobody sees me, but I'm telling you, nobody believes in me, but I do, I do. I'm telling you I do.
When you were with Batdorf and Rodney, your group was inducted in the Las Vegas Hall of Fame.
Yes, it was very unusual. I left Ohio when I was 15, went to California, and I was supposed to go back to Ohio 3 months later, and I didn't. I just stayed there. And the band was a good band, but the band broke up. I met Ahmet Ertegun, who was the president of Atlantic Records, and I always had bands along the way and kept auditioning for him. And he said, yeah, you're doing fine, but he was gracious enough to come listen to this musicians union and wherever else we were. I was working as a waiter at a vegetarian restaurant. I was 17. I was living with a girl who was a runaway from Las Vegas. And I said, listen, I can't do music and work a regular job. It's just too hard. So she said, well, why don't we go back and live with my parents in Las Vegas? I go, oh, that's great. You know, the runaway daughter who's 16 and here comes her boyfriend living with the parents. It turned out great. I used to sing for them all the time at cocktail hour at 5 o'clock every night. And so I get this gig at the University of Las Vegas. I was the guy who would kind of set up chairs, serve soft drinks, and I do 4 sets a night. That was my first time ever being in Vegas and living there, and it was an interesting place. Just turned 18, and then this guy keeps coming into the show and wants to jam with me, this guy. I mean, he's really somebody I didn't really want to hang out with, and it was Rodney. He was always, brushing his hair back. So finally, I said, okay, his last set, let's just do things. I played Down by the River, the Neil Young song, and we did this big jam in the middle. I thought, wow, that was pretty cool. So we kind of kept doing that, and he was only there visiting his father. So it was a freak thing that both of us were from L.A., met in Las Vegas, kind of became famous at the college there. I always went back there and played big shows once we had a record deal, which led us to being inducted into the Las Vegas Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even though we were just kind of passing through. But that's where we met. So, what do you got to do?
Let's do a third song. This one is called Always Remember.
In the dark night of my lost soul, I still remember how you made my broken heart whole. Once I surrendered to the love that we both promised always is true. The promise that would last forever, to always remember. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do without you? When I stumble and I'm weary, help me surrender how I felt when you were near me, here in my center. The very place that we both promised always is true. The promises we made together, to always remember. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do without you? Always trusted you, though I never knew all the ways you changed me. Every step ahead, I won't be misled. Tell me what you'd have me do. Just remember, love's true promises forever. Always remember, it's a path we walk together. Always remember, love will never stop reminding me what is true. It's the promise everlasting, to always remember. What am I gonna do? How can I make it through if I don't remember you?
Something special about that song, isn't there?
Yeah, it's again, I've always been this melodic guy. I hear melodies when I wake up in the morning. I hear them driving in the car. This particular song, for some reason, just the emotion of the melody and the changes on the guitar felt so powerful to me, even before the song was completed. To me, that's a great feeling when I'm passionate about the creation of the song and feel something about that song. When we finally got it done, I wrote it with my friend Michael McLean. I'm recording it and I'm listening to it and going, oh, this is great. It starts guitar and piano and this lyric. And when the second verse comes in, I think we have to have strings. So we put together a 11-piece orchestra. A friend of ours created an arrangement for it. I just think the arrangement is beautiful and it just enhances the song so much. And I really love that. I was a big fan from the Beatles days when they did orchestrations. And just something about when those strings come in, it just tugs at my heart. I know that.
You have done some session work with some pretty famous people. Rod Stewart, Dwight Yoakam, David Lee Roth, Motley Crue, and even a stint at the Oscars singing with Adele.
I did. That was really a pretty cool gig, I have to admit. We weren't allowed to have cameras. There were 30 of us who were singing Let the Sky Fall. We were on stage. There was 3 or 4 steps of us, 30 of the greatest singers in Los Angeles. I'll never forget this, rehearsing the part up in the room, a cappella. And I just went, oh my God, to have that many great voices together was unbelievable. I felt like saying, can you guys come over to my house? I got this new song I'd love to have you sing on. I didn't have the nerve to ask. I remember at the end of the song, when the lights came on at the Kodak Theater and there's Adele on the stage, she's got her hands out. I thought, oh my gosh, I'll never forget that scene. It was so spectacular. If I would have taken a picture, I probably would have been arrested. So it's in my head. I don't have it on film, but it was really pretty cool. And she was so nice, such a nice person. It was great.
You have worked with some incredible producers. These names jumped right out at me immediately. Ahmet Ertegun, David Geffen, and even Clive Davis. That must have been quite the experience working with these producers.
Think about Mark and I. We thought we were so good, even at our young age. We were very cocky about how good we were. We were not intimidated, which I think is a good thing. Being there with Ahmet, being there with Geffen, being there with Clive, because we felt we belonged there. You know, that youthful enthusiasm, but that's how we were, because we knew we were good. We knew we could back it up. And Bill Halverson did our second record, who had worked at Crosby, Stills and Nash because he made such great sounding records. Working with those guys was great. And we got three of the best guys from that particular era of music. I mean, Ahmet Ertegun was the king, and then Geffen came along, and Clive Davis. We never got to Mo Austin. He would have been the fourth if we'd have made one more record. We could have had Mo Austin. We never did this.
You have reunited Batdorf or Rodney. That wasn't too many years ago, was it?
It was 2010. In 2006, I made my first full-length solo record. Someone had asked me to play Home Again, which was a kind of a staple song from Batdorf and Rodney. And I said, I don't think I can do it without Rodney. But the more I worked on it, I figured out a way to do it where I could play it by myself. And I made this record. I thought I'd probably put Home Again on this with the new arrangement. Thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could get Rodney to play a brand new part on it and sing with me? So we went to Las Vegas. Hadn't talked to him in probably 25 years. It was great. It was like, old home week. My brother-in-law, who was our road manager all those years, was with us, and both our wives are sisters. I talked to Mark about it. He wanted to come back to LA. And so we're there working on the tune, and it was really great. It was like, wow, we should have kept doing this. But it was so great. And then we got invited to Exit Radio to do a live concert back when they were doing those. That was 2010. It was Mark and I and our bass player friend, Bill Batstone. So Mark and I started doing some shows. It was a lot of fun, but he doesn't have quite the passion that I have in it. It was too hard for him. And anyway, it was a fun little time, and it was fun to get back together. And we went back to this great venue, Wildwood Springs Lodge in Steelville, Missouri. And we never heard of it. But at the time, this was probably 2008, they offered us $5,000 to go back and play. And we go, sure, we'll come back. So we go there. It's this great old 100-year-old lodge. Mark and I are doing a sound check. There's people in the room. It was our first time we ever did a sound check and got a standing ovation. It's like, wow, this is going to be a good gig, I think. And it really was fantastic. You're going good when you get a standing ovation
on a sound check. Oh, that's a great story. My special guest today has been John Batdorf. He has a terrific new album out called 60-Year-Old Groove. You can learn a lot about his incredible history from 1967 to current. His website is John Batdorf, and let me spell that just to be sure, Batdorf, music.com. You have social media sites as well, John?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. And there's also another link on there to a project I did in 2012 called Soundtracks to Recovery, which is a really special thing for me and my family. It's something people could check out that we explain about the record, and we have music there, and we offer it for free if people need it. But it was a great thing. You never know what's coming, Just try to keep doing good work.
Is this recovery for people in addiction?
It was, yes. Started with a family member who was addicted. Ended up, music was such a powerful way to reach people. My friend Michael McLean and I did this project. We were speakers at a lot of recovery conferences. An interesting gig. It reminded me back in the day when music was really important to people, before we had all the other things we have today. Everybody in that room who listened to the songs knew exactly what we were talking about. Another powerful thing with music. Music is such a fabulous thing. Gosh, I'm so blessed to have enough talent to have done it all these years.
John, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been an absolute
My
pleasure
pleasure
to have you here. Let's go out with one last song from this terrific new album called 60-Year-Old Groove. This particular song is called Why Did It Take So Long?
Why did it take so long to write such a perfect song? At 71, I thought that I would be done, but I'm still having so much fun. I still have a thought or two that I'd like to share with you. So come to a show, you know that I'd like to know if you feel the same way too. None of us know when it's over. None of us know when it's our time. All I can show you is what I do best. So here is my perfect song. I'm so sorry it took so long. I'm not sure what I would do if I couldn't sing for you, or play my guitar and pretend I'm a star like so many I've admired. It's been such a way of life for me and for my wife. I'm so amazed I have lived every day with a song inside my heart. None of us know when it's over. None of us know when it's our time. All I can show you is what I do best. So here is my perfect song. I'm just sorry it took